Hi, I'm Tommy, and I have created this fishing game I call Dinks and Donkeys, and now I just want to show you a little playtest of the beta version of it. So this is our test lake, and the first thing we do is writing our name, and then we have to decide how many tight lines we got, and tight lines are like kind of lock points. So we'll roll a d6. That means 3. 1, 2, and 3. And these lock points we can use to avoid breaking our line or retrieve a lost lure. So first off, we will choose a fishing spot, and I think we will start over here. We have to mark in our modifiers for the rod, our line, and our lure. So I'll just start off with a +1 rod and a +1 line, and then we'll fish with a spinner. And that has also a +1. Okay, the first thing we want to do is cast out our lure into the water. And we are standing here. So first off, we choose the direction we want to cast. It's always a good idea to go for these features out in the lake. Over here, the features are listed and they have some modifiers as well. This one, +1 if you cast near a rock, means that there's a +1 on your bite roll, meaning there's a bigger chance of you getting a bite in this spot. The red number over here, that's if you have an unmodified roll of 2 while fishing on a rock, your lure will get snagged and you have to roll a dice to see if you can retrieve it or you lose it. Okay, so I want to cast this way first, because then I have a chance of either hitting the rock or this water drain over here. So I will roll a dice to see how long I'm able to cast. A 6, and my rod modifier on 1 means that I can either add or subtract 1 from the distance. So we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's actually over here, and I can only modify it by 1. This means that I will actually hit a tree. So I can't use that, and I'll try another cast. Same direction, a 1. So that means that we will cast our lure right here. Now that it's in the water, we have to roll to see if we can get a bite. And since there's no features here, there's no modifiers for the bite except the +1 for our spinner. That means that I have to get a 5 or a 6 to get a bite. 3 + 1, that's a 4, so no bite. Then we cross out this square here because we know there are no fish in here. So now I can choose to stand in the same fishing spot and cast again, or I can choose a new one. But I think that I will go for this pipe over here because that has very good modifiers. So we'll cast another one, and I'm aiming for 1, 2, 3, 4 to hit it. That's a 2, and then I have a +1 on my rod. That means I cast 1, 2, and then I can choose to hit this spot, or stay right here. Since there's a rock here that has a +1 modifier, I want to try and cast out here. Okay, so now I'm fishing by the rock, and then we roll to see if we will get a bite. No bites here. It has a modifier of 1 and plus my 1 with the spinner, that means 3 in total. That's no bite. We'll cross that out. I'll try one more cast. Oh, we have to mark out how many casts we used. So I'll cast again. I want to hit this one. A 6. We know that's a 3. A 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I have a +1 on my rod. That means I can actually hit the pipe now. So we draw the line, and then we fish under this drain pipe. It has a plus 3, so I just need 2 or more to get a bite here. A 4 plus 1, that's 5, plus 3. So we have enough to get a bite. Now we roll to see what we got on our line. That's a 3, so we consult our table, and 3 means it's a small fish. Now we have to reel it in. That means since we are this far out in the water, I have to roll the dice for each square on our line to get it in safely. Since the fish is a small fish, with the number 3, I have to roll 3 or above on each of these squares to get it in safely. Now comes the line modifier into play, so we'll add this to each roll. So we start here. 2 plus 1, that's a 3, so that was a success. Now we move on to the next one. 4 plus 1, that's a 5, so that's also a success. A 6, that was a 5. Now I just need the last one to get the fish in the net. And that's a 2 plus 1 for my line, so that's a 3. So I actually caught this fish, and it's a small fish, but I still don't know what species it is. So we will roll a dice to see. We'll consult the table. There are 6 options for each bait that you use, and since I'm using a spinner, I'll roll on the spinner. That's a 3, meaning it's a perch. Okay, so we just caught a small perch, and now we consult the perch table to see how much it weighs. That's a 4, and we consult the table for perch. That's 0.8 kilograms. That's actually a pretty big perch, I think. 0.8. Then we get some XP, some experience points, and you just round it up to the nearest. So that means we get 1 experience, and these points we can use to purchase new baits and lines and rods in the future. So we just caught our first species, which is a perch weighing 0.8 kilo. So that's actually how you catch a fish in Dinks and Donkeys. And now it's just about fishing some more, trying to break the record for perch, or trying to catch some other species. Fill out this tackle box with different gears. You can get spinners and hard baits, or you can fish with a line, float and a worm. And each of the baits you use has a list of fish species that you are able to catch.